Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was like yeah, like as if like again like on some real what's the joint? Like one of them old plays, like when you buy the soundtrack. Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
And what about of yours? Do you have a favorite song of your own?
Set it off.
Nice.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's like sometimes you might be tired or whatever the case may be. Like set it off has always been my sex machine. Like like with James Brown, like that was my whole purpose of making. I wanted a song where you get in the crowd amped before the beat even drop. Like how James just had him, like
Right.
moving, grooving. Can I count it all? Can I count it? He's like you amp before the beat even drop. I always wanted that. So it's like with me, set it off. It's like I could be dead tired, what I'm saying, or I could have a cold or whatever, and as soon as I start with the Let It Roll, now I'm ready. All right, let's go. Let's do it.
And were you kind of aware that you're like the only MC from that era who performs songs that are that BPM? Like,
I mean, G-Rap did it too, though. G-Rap did it too.
But can he do it live like you do it live?
Well, I mean, G got that lisp, so nah. I mean, I wouldn't think so, but I mean, but he made songs like that,
Right.
you know.
Do you consider the symphony the greatest bossy cut of all time?
Yeah, it's yeah. Well, I mean, I ain't gonna say no name, but I mean, if you took one person off, the Flavor in Your Ear remix was kind of crazy too.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
You know? See, I would say the symphony because I wouldn't take no one off the symphony.
Right.
Like Flavor in Your Ear, I would take one person off and then call it like one of the greatest posse cuts.
Good answer.
Okay, my last question is, although you're out of New York now, would you always consider yourself a New Yorker? Like your style
Yeah.
and everything?
I mean, it's like I mean, I'm gonna always have that New York frame of mind. It's like I still drive like a New Yorker. I don't understand why the hell people in North Carolina, if you got two turning lanes, why you gonna wait till this one full before you go in that one? I never understood that. But I'm gonna always have a New York frame of mind. Although I will say one thing. I walk in the supermarket and speak to people. You don't see that shit in New York. So I guess a little in North Carolina is rubbing off on me.
Right. Well, thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
pleasure.
Huge fan.
I got one question for you. We were debating this earlier today. Break down for me, in your opinion, the eras of rap, okay? Old school, golden era, and whatever comes after. What do you consider old school? Let me start with that. Like from King Tim III, let's say, as the first record, what is old school hip hop?
Okay, what I would call old school hip hop would be Melly Mel, Big Bank Hank, Spoonie G, And the reason why I call them old school hip hop is because, matter of fact, excuse me, the reason why I call them old school artists is because you ask Mel to bust a rhyme in 2011, he sounds exactly like he did then. He didn't elevate, with the time. He didn't change with the time. Now dig this. Raheem from the Furious Five. I call him the other word that I call Mel, a pioneer. But I don't call Raheem old school. Because Raheem sounds like one of the dudes out right now. He has stayed with it. Even though you don't hear nothing from him, but Raheem from the Furious Five is nice. And if you hear him, he sounds like somebody that from today, from this era. And will give a lot of these cats the business. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would call somebody old school. Somebody that basically stayed in their era.
I see.
A pioneer, I would consider, one of, the originators. Hip hop, as opposed to rap, I would like rap. I call it the music. If you rhyme it on a beat, then it's rap. Hip hop is when you're in it for the culture. when you can clearly hear that you're not trying to make a hit record. You're trying to make people recognize you as the dopest MC, or you're trying to have people have fun and feel good about your music. That's hip hop, to me. You know what I'm saying? And legend is a term that I think people use so loosely. Just because you've been in the game for 25 years don't make you no goddamn legend. You know, it's what you did for the game. You know what I'm saying? What did you contribute to the game? What did you do that changed the game or made people, look at you like Dougie Fresh? That's a legend. You know what I'm saying? With the whole beatboxing thing, and just the show alone. You know what I'm saying? The Sugar Hill Gang, they're legends just for making the record rappers alike, where you can walk outside and actually say, yo, there's a rap song playing on the radio. You know, these
So
are
that's
cats.
Sir Ibu, no?
Sir Ibu.
He's just kidding.
Sir Ibu, that's
the
my
one that
man.
made
You know,
it so
that's
amazing.
my man. We used to hang out on the steps, back in the '80s. Talking about what color ballets we bought. But no, that's a brother who's been in the game for a long time. But no, he's not a legend.
I
He's
remember
a
this
great
one
rapper.
Molly show where you guys were rhyming together.
Yeah, that's my man. That's my man. But no, he's not a legend. You know.
Do you think a rapper could be a legend because they make one incredible song, but they don't? It's just one. They give one great song to the hip hop community. Can they be a legend there, or do they have to give more than that?
Yeah, that can happen. That can definitely happen. Depending on, the song. Yeah, that can definitely happen. Depending on the song. In my opinion, shoot, I call Tone Loc a legend. Just for the simple fact that what he did, as a rapper from a pop standpoint, and we talking about a gangbanger.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We talking about a straight up Hoover Crip for what he did from a pop standpoint, and then transform it into movies and all this stuff and voiceovers. You know what I'm saying? Tone Loc was getting it in before Morgan Freeman. Holla. You dig? So yeah, he's Wild Thing. So yeah, for one song you can call somebody a legend. But it depends on what they did. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's about what you did, not because, you just because you've been around for 20, 30 years don't make you a legend.
Who's the greatest hip hop producer of all time?
Damn, that's so hard to say,
I know.
man.
Well, say a few then.
I guess my top three would probably be,
Probably just like our top three.
I doubt it.
All right, go on.
Yeah, you probably gonna shut this here camera off and be highly upset when I say what I got to say. I guess, my top three would be Dre, Easy Mo B, that might be my top two.
Okay.
Dre and Easy Mo B.
Interesting.
I gotta say Dre for the simple fact of all the different directions he took music, all the different things he's done. Easy Mo B, it's like, I've sat in the house and watched him. It's like, I don't know what the hell he be hearing, but his ear is just so crazy. It's like, you have to watch him to understand what I'm saying. Dude is a freak of nature. I've never seen nobody with the ear like Easy Mo B.
Interesting.
No one ever found the flavor in your ear loop, I don't think.
And they went to court over that.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Where someone tried to sue by saying that that's their horn,
Oh, I see.
and found out it wasn't even a horn. That's all I'm gonna say, because we got away with it this long, I ain't gonna get the brother in trouble now.
Great, man. Hey, my sister writes these children's books, and she's a huge fan of yours.